Hey. Hope y'all ready. Hope y'all ready. We about to tune in. All right, I hope y'all ready.
Brother, what's good, bro?
Hey, what's up, brother? How you doing?
Good. You?
I had to hype it up for you, man. I had to let people know what you do.
I appreciate it.
Yo, speaking of this video that we just watched, how was it putting that together, brother? Like, what made you do that? How were you able to get so many people to be involved?
Well, first, my boy Gil hit me up, and he wanted to get on the challenge, and then I just wanted to, like, take it to the next level. And, you know, he was connected to the hip-hop street dancers. I know a little bit of hip-hop dancers mixed with Latin dance, but at the time, I had just joined the Latin scene, and I have never seen anything that was taken to that extent with the Latin scene. So I just wanted to just go hard. So he's like, y'all want to do a challenge? And I was like, all right, well, I want to go hard with it. And then I hit up my boy Zuri, and then we sent out a mass text, and it went from like 10 dancers to 20 dancers. And then by the time the shoot, I think we had like 36 dancers. So it was definitely a movie.
I was supposed to be there with JJ.
I believe it.
JJ like, man, I'm mad. We missed it.
It was a movie.
So speaking of the Latin movement, man. So you got Calle Fuego.
Right.
Calle Fuego. The first time I got to know of Calle Fuego, I went to your showcase and I believe it was in Manhattan. My first showcase going to Calle Fuego. It was like on 14th Street around there. Yeah, or 7th Street. It was around there, somewhere around there. And yo, that was the first time I went to a legit dance showcase in New York in my life.
Thank you, bro.
And yo, bro, you put that show. That show was amazing, bro.
Thank you.
And it's cool to see a lot of my old friends on there and people I never met, such as like Robert Rosario, you, a lot of the guys from Calle Fuego. Like, it was cool, man. Adonis, I never got to meet Orlina too. Yeah, I got to meet everybody and see them dance for real at that showcase, and y'all opened a whole new world.
It was definitely a dope night.
So how did Calle Fuego started, bro?
Well, let's see. It all started with that video, and then after then, I didn't want to stop. I wanted to keep doing projects. I wanted to keep collabing with people and things like that. And I didn't feel like anything at that time was really being put out into the public as far as fusing like the dancehall, hip hop, Latin aspect of the community. So I just Calle Fuego, Street Fire. It took me forever to come up with that name because the names that I had before were it didn't match. It didn't feel good. But I just wanted to keep doing more. So then I was like, you know, I'm going to create a Calle Fuego. And originally, I didn't even have a set mindset as far as like what I wanted to do with it. I just know I wanted to create. And then I said, you know, let's see what happens. The snowball kept rolling, and then it kept rolling and rolling. And it went from videos to projects to performing on ADC to now we have a studio with Play Up, and now it's a LLC. We got an LLC this year. So now we are a legit company. And I have a company. Before COVID, I had a company of 22 members, and we were meeting up once a week. We were just rehearsing, trying to get ready for all these congresses and stuff like that. And then COVID smacked us in the face, so now everything's on hold. But we will be back. We will be back for sure.
So that leads me to my next question. Good thing you brought that up. Like ever since the COVID happened, how did that affect you?
COVID hit hard, I'm sure, for a lot of people. As far as it goes for the creative aspect side, I mean, everything came to a halt. So, I mean, I'm not really big on like doing things half-ass, excuse my language. So I like to go hard or go home. So I just kind of held off for a little bit. I said, you know what, there's a lot going on right now with everything, you know, with the president election, politics and things like that. I just wanted to put dance on hold, just focus on myself for a little bit. So it did affect me, but now I'm ready to get back in the game. Things are opening up little by little. You know, people are starting to meet up and link, and now we can rehearse. So sure enough, by September, October, there's going to be a lot more videos flowing and stuff. I already been plotting and sketching. Everything's been written down. So I'm really excited for what's to come, for sure.
Yeah. So I would say, so like since the pandemic happened, like you missed out on a lot of money with the dance like opportunities.
Yeah, because you guys, I mean, people don't think about, as far as when it comes to a company, people were paying dues. I was having classes. I was hosting events. So like
workshops and everything.
Workshops, you know, and I started with doing workshops once a month just because I myself was like, should I be teaching? And, you know, do I want to teach? You know, I know it's a big responsibility when it comes to teaching. And I don't take that lightly. So I started with one class a month, and then it picked up to a class every other week, which is 2 classes. And then, yeah, now I'm just like, I'm ready to get back at it. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, but you're not in jeopardy though. With this, I know you guys just got a new studio about a year ago.
It hasn't even made a year. Yeah, like October makes a year, but we literally had it open like November, December, January, February, and then like the end of February, March is when everything hit. It's like 4.5, 5 months, and we got shut down. So, I mean, we're about to open back up. COVID style. We have a lot of new renovations going on in the studio. Harold. Little cafe, like. You
still doing renovations? Yo, I saw pictures and videos of that studio. I thought it was done. It looks amazing the way it is already. So
little tweaks here and there.
Okay, I want to say, yo, that studio, it looks like a studio in 2020. I love it.
Thank you. A lot of hard work.
No problem. So with the pandemic, let's look, for instance, the possibilities, the cons of the pros. Let's say of the cons, like this pandemic doesn't slow down. It becomes a reality, like a normal reality for us. How can you adapt to make all this work out for us dancers in the community, like including yourself for the style and like the environment you're in a dance? And it might relate to other people who got a different environment. But what you think is a good idea for dancers in the community to how to maintain a career or like a structure with this whole new lifestyle we're living in?
I mean, obviously, a lot of people are saying this is the new norm. It's not the new norm for me, per se. I definitely have taken other aspects of, like, physicality and just keeping my body moving, for sure. I started working out, which is not something I did on a regular. I always said I wanted to work out, but because, you know, the gyms got closed and we can't meet up for dance rehearsals and stuff, I just started working out every other day to keep my mind busy. I don't know so much if I would call it a con, just because, I mean, it was a pro in the sense because now my body's getting into shape and things like that. But just staying active, I feel like, is the most important part during COVID. You know, yes, we're home and things like that. We want to be out. We want to be bored. But there's a lot of, like, YouTube tutorials. I mean, back in the day when I was a little kid, that's how I used to dance. I used to watch the VMAs and, you know, the BET Awards and all the award shows, and I would record it on my VHS and I would rewind it back. So it's not too far-fetched from what we're doing now as far as the whole virtual Zoom classes. And, you know, I can honestly say I don't really feel like the virtual Zoom classes are for me just because of the lag and the music. I can't get with it, honestly. I'm going to be 100% honest, which is why I haven't been teaching online classes, just because of people's internet connection, and I feel like there's no connection. When I'm in the room and I'm teaching, I like to be involved. I like to feel people's energy and stuff like that. So I just feel like that's the biggest con right now, like not being able to be around one another during COVID, just to vibe off one another's energy. Because it's one thing when, you know, we're dancing online, it's nothing when we're in person and we're sharing that same energy. So
yeah, I can agree with you on that. To be honest, I have issues doing that Zoom stuff too. Like, I just got in my first Zoom class just in a conversation a couple days ago. My little brother was locked up. It's different, but like the teacher class, I mean, I tried doing it on live Facebook, but it wasn't the same, bro.
No.
And it's like, and then like, it's better, like people would pay more to learn in person. I don't think it's harder to convince people to pay to watch a video online that they can watch on YouTube for free, kind of
absolutely.
Stuff, I mean, so it's hard to like get a like some type of like minor business on the side using the live program, the live apps and stuff to do these type of classes and stuff. And trust me, I've seen a lot of people only get like 1 or 2 people just in those. It's hard. You had to like really be like less twins or something to do that shit, I guess.
Yeah, it's a fact.
But man, but so far, with everything I got to like learn about you, man, throughout the years, you paved the way for my team.
Thank you, bro.
So the elite dance movement, like you said, it's hard to find a name, so I had to like think of a dope name. So it's not just the elite dance movement, it's the elite dance movement of the area I'm from. So like, but I wanted to spread, just like how you got, like it turns out, this is a coincidence. Me and Ryan ended up having mutual friends, but meeting them separately. Turns out I moved to Florida and I was looking for dancers. I found dancers and turned out they're your peoples.
Yeah.
And I was like, and he asked me if I knew it. I was like, yo, I met him in New York. Like, it's crazy how big the community is, but it's small too at the same time.
At the same time.
So what got you started dancing, bro?
Honestly, I've always been
besides Michael Jackson.
Yeah, I mean, honestly though, I used to watch Moonwalker like on VHS like crazy. And then besides him, my mom was always playing music in the house. And then I just feel like when I grew up, when I was in elementary school, I was involved in like music and band. I got to middle school and then I joined the step team. And then when I got to high school, they didn't really have step over there. They just had like the athletes and stuff like that, the regular sports and stuff like that. So I wound up creating my own club. Yeah. And then when I got to high school is when I started taking dance more seriously. And like, I really started watching the award shows and trying to get the steps down packed and really clean. So ever since then, I was just dancing. I got to college. I had a crew with Jasmine Gray. It was Dweeb's dance crew. We basically like ran UCF. I'm sorry, we ran UCF. We took over UCF. You know, I didn't even go to UCF. We took over UCF. And then after that, I was around 2021. I moved to New York, and then I started going hard, like training classes professionally. We didn't really have that, as you know, in Florida. Like the studios now are just starting to open up and stuff. But when I was over there at the time, it was really dead. There was no studios like that. It was about one studio, and it was cheer competition. So everything was
I agree. Free. I live in Davenport. I had to go I live about an hour from the spot from Micah's studio. Yeah. So I gotta drive to go to these studios and stuff. And it's like it takes a lot of total of my money, because not like New York where you have the train, you can take $3 and just go anywhere.
That's a fact.
But freaking I can agree with you, man. I live in Davenport, in Polk County. Yeah. What is here in Polk County? That's deep. You know Polk County. So when you moved to New York, man, like how do you feel when you left? Like, when you first left Florida, man, I have a similar story, leaving Pennsylvania to go back to New York, but go to a whole new environment. How did that feel, like, when you didn't know who you going to meet, who you going to work with?
It was pretty, I mean, it was definitely a risk, just because at the same time, too, I didn't know what I was getting into. I came here originally for the competition, World of Dance, before it ended up on TV. Now it's commercial and everything. Before it was an underground competition. It used to take place in Brooklyn, travel, you know, throughout the U.S. I came down here for that, and then I just decided I wasn't going to go back home to Orlando. And I said, I bought a one-way ticket, and I was just like, I'm not going back. And then I never went back. I never went back to Orlando. I visited my fam from time to time. I stood here with my family, my grandma, my aunts, and stuff like that. And I was just hopping house to house trying to figure it out. And lo and behold, here we are, 9 years later? 9 years later, I have Calle Fuego now. And it feels good knowing that I never went back. I do miss home sometimes. But you gotta be hungry and you gotta want it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's definitely something that you really, really gotta put out there, because it's not easy to just get up and move and live in a whole city where you don't know nobody. You know what I'm saying? I knew one person when I moved out here besides my family, and we don't even talk no more. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you just gotta make it work and meet new people and go from there. But that's what New York is all about, networking. You know, so I don't regret it, bro. I got no regrets.
I don't. You see my situation. I was there for like a good year and a half, staying with Jay staying at Jarrett's, at Violetta's. I was everywhere too, because I left PA homeless, broke. Yeah. So I know how it is to do the house to try to make your dream work and try to figure out something. Now look, we both got our own organizations and shit. Facts. Like, you're in a whole nother level though. I'm trying to get on your level. but soon, man. So as a teenager, like you said, when you was in Florida dancing, like you mentioned, one of the struggles is like be dead most of the time. Like, what can you like get details like what was the only options out here that you really could say that was actually worth it though?
When I was in Florida, we used to compete in Miami, so we used to go to Miami Hollywood Showdown. But there was a lot of dance crews back then. Like, I'm not really into the dance crews now or anything like that. But we used to like rehearse in the parking lots. We didn't have studios over there like that, so. I mean, that's what it was for me back then. I was on a big dance troupe. We used to travel South Florida. We was in the colleges, FAMU, Florida State, Miami University. Like, we were just traveling. And that's what it was like for us. I mean, we didn't have a studio. Like I said, we rehearsed in the parking lot. We rehearsed in, one time I was a teenager, we rehearsed in a movie theater. And then we got kicked out because we was too loud. Yeah. But they let us rock. Like, we spoke to management. and it was like a certain area within the movie theater that like it was empty, and they just let us rock, and we used to rehearse. But that's when we was like dancing in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Completely different now. You know, I would never dance in the streets now. That shit is wild.
Nah, I know it sucks. It sucks. Like I used to crump and used to do like knee drops, and imagine doing a knee drop on the concrete. Oh man, freaking How do you say the culture different between New York and Florida? Besides like the popularity of the dance community, but like how's the culture? I know the South got a style, New York got a style.
Yeah, for sure.
And which style is your favorite?
I do feel like New York has more culture just because it's a melting pot and people are coming from all over. As far as the South goes, I don't really feel like, for me personally, I don't feel like there's a lot of community in the South, because I feel like because there's not that many dance studios over there, everybody's like fending for themselves. And everybody's like cutthroat over there. And I experienced that because I went out to teach before, and I wasn't able to teach for another studio. I had to teach specifically only for this studio, and I had to sign a contract and everything because there was basically beef between the studios. So I've never ever experienced that in New York City, where I only could teach at one studio.
Heard
Just
of that.
like if you could teach at Broadway Dance Center, but you're not allowed to teach at Perry Dance. They don't do that in New York. In Florida, I legit.
That's like saying you could go do a workshop at XPG and not do it at Ripley's.
Right. So I don't feel like there's any community in Florida. The culture in New York is dope, because like I said, I got into Latin out here. Dance hall, I trained out here for 3 years. So it's like I got into different styles because of New York. Now, when I was in Florida, I was just riding out. Doodle Brown, we was in the squat like, I want to rock, I want to rock, I want to rock, I want to rock.
Yeah.
All that footwork. That's all we really did over there. You know what I'm saying? We danced hip hop too, but I mean, like, I didn't do Southside, I didn't do dance hall, I didn't do none of that shit.
It was more like clubbies. It was more clubbies out here.
Yeah.
Like out here, more like
and y'all got
dirty
battles
South.
and stuff. Like in New York, there's a lot of battles, there's a lot of underground scene, there's a lot of parties. I went to dance hall parties. Like, we didn't have that culture in Florida.
Yeah, New York feels like a movie. It feels like them 80s, 90s movies and shit. Like from like the breaking movies or the You Got Served type of shit. Like LA too. So like, all right, so throughout your years, obviously we all come to a point where we all start at a point where we're not at a level where we're at now.
Mm-hmm.
Who would I say that in person? It could be a friend, a coach, like a coach assistant, a teammate, like anything. Who got you wanting to like realize like, damn, you're not where you need to be. You need to get better. Like these niggas showing you, making you feel like you're in the whole bottom league. Like they're in a whole nother league. And like for me, for example, I thought I was okay when I was like 12 years old, 13 years old. I thought I was a crumper. I was more crumping at that time.
Yeah.
But when I got to meet Violetta's crew, like more than 10 years ago, I met them in Pennsylvania at a camp. This is when it was a Dorland, JJ, Jared, Natalia, all of them on the team. This is how I met them.
Okay.
They got me realizing, damn, I'm trash.
Oh, God.
I felt like trash when I saw them perform. They're like, and remember, Dorland's younger than me.
Yeah,
so Dorland's like 11, 12, fucking going crazy. So when I saw them and met them, man, I became their best friend right off the bat, bro. I went to New York the next week after the camp. I went to New York to go visit them, went to their practices and go, like, and JJ, I would say JJ's the main one that pushed me to the limit, that actually freaking gave me advice, taught me techniques. So JJ, I would say, is my big brother in the dance world, along with Frostlock. But JJ like was there from the beginning. Like, so who is that to you?
Yikes. I don't know if I can honestly pick one person. I know I have like,
or it could be a group.
Yeah. Like I felt like me training back then with Alonzo Williams for Rhythm City, I felt like he definitely influenced me and definitely
Rhythm City, damn.
Yeah, he definitely
from America's Best Dance Crew.
Yeah, like I was rocking with Damo. And that was like my first time really in like concept videos and things like that, and training the way. And I used to watch some America's Best Dance Crew. So moving to New York and meeting them, I was a little starstruck, corny, but I was like, oh man, they're from Rhythm City. But
I think I felt with all of y'all niggas sometimes.
It is what it is, but
I'm humbly grateful for you guys.
That was definitely for the hip hop scene. And then when I met Maria Ramos in the Latin scene, you know, she definitely shed the light on me when it came to Latin. And then you know, I met my family through Maria with the core, and now those are like my brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? The group is no longer, but like that love is still there. You know what I'm saying? That love is
I remember the core.
Yeah, for sure. But
I actually saw the core's audition for World of Dance. Yeah, they did some like zombie shit.
Right.
Were you in that?
I wasn't in that. I never peeped. I got in a little late to the core. I got in
Okay.
I think I was there for like 2.5 years maybe. Yeah.
Okay. So all right, so with visuals, what got you so good at like directing that? What made you feel like you want to take the role of being a leader, man? Like you're a leader. You're not just a dancer. You're somebody that people look up to or people come to for confirmation or like, yo, am I doing this right? Or like, oh, yo, can you put me on? I was one of those people that'd be like, yo, put me on to a showcase. So like, what made you like take that role as a leader? And you did a great job. You did a great job. You're doing great. What made you like step it up to that level?
Honestly, like, I think it's just like my zodiac. I'm a Leo. You know what I'm saying? I've always been like a leader since I was like a little kid. You know what I'm saying? I really enjoyed creating these visuals. You know, I had so much fun doing the Made for Now video, and then afterwards I did like a small short visual with Lena, and that one I wasn't dancing it. I literally was just directing.
Yeah, I don't know if you peeped it, but I had a live going on before this live. I was playing all your videos on that channel. I played the Lena. I played all of it.
Yeah, but just enjoying that, like, and realizing that I can create work without having to be in it. Because when I was young, I felt like I had to be in everything for it to be right. You know what I'm saying? And now as I got older, I would realize that I can still control that and still have that power. But I don't have to be in everything. I don't have to dance in it. You know what I'm saying? I can just be screaming from behind the camera and yelling at what I want to see, like what I want to see. I shot something with Natalia yesterday, and it was her vision and just me directing it. But she just gave me like a nice detailed background of what she was going for, what she wanted, and I'm literally
blind painting it.
Like, yo, look at the camera, slow down, reach through the bars, go through here, slow down, give me hair whips. And it's just, I don't know, I feel like I know what looks good on camera. You know what I mean? That's just me personally. Not that I'm like the all-time Steven Spielberg, but it's just I really enjoy, you know what I'm saying, directing and calling out things and feeling like, oh, this looks great on cam. But it just took practice, bro, and project after project. I still don't even feel like I'm the director. You know what I'm saying? Like, my friends be joking around and be like, Mr. Director. But I'm like, hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I really enjoy it.
Until you get a VMA for best choreography, then you'll be like, yeah, I'm Mr. Director.
I'm waiting for it.
It's gonna happen soon, bro.
Yeah, bro.
To be honest, like all you need is that one artist. You need that one artist. Just one. Look at Master Pastorisa. He did it with Tiana Taylor and Kanye West.
Yeah.
So like,
that's a fact.
Imagine you had freaking like Cardi, no, not Cardi. She can't really dance. But let's say you had J-Lo before she really like lose her ankles. Like, let's say you had J-Lo still Sierra. I can see you and Sierra killing it.
I can see that. For sure.
I can see Sierra like with her abilities and what she's able to do.
Yeah. And
your vision or a vision to help her vision out. I think you would kill it with Sierra, and I would give you an award one day. I'm calling that as a prediction now.
All right, we'll see.
Let's see, man. So with gigs, how were you able to build up so many gigs? What was that one gig that was like, all right, this like now they want Calle Fuego on the map? So like one of my favorite gigs is the Bruno Mars one you did.
Oh, all right, from the cruise. Got you.
Yeah,
that cruise is
so
definitely
like
an experience. I honestly don't even feel like I've had that one gig yet. You know what I'm saying? For me personally, I'm still waiting for it. I definitely had opportunities. I had Telemundo reach out to me before for a dance competition that I knew nothing about. They saw my Instagram. Somebody dropped the name. They wanted Calle Fuego there, and I'm like, okay, cool. COVID happened, so it didn't happen. But it's the fact that I'm still waiting for it, and I know that I'm like right there on the tip because I've been getting a lot of opportunities based upon my Instagram, and I'm not really as posty as I want to be. You know what I'm saying? I don't post every day, every week. I don't post a lot of selfies. I like to post quality, and I'm trying to work on that. You know, it's not some being so, you know, anal and critical. But like I said, I'm still waiting for that one big job that I feel like, oh, Calle Fuego's on the map. You know what I'm saying? I've had a lot of good experiences, but I don't feel like I'm there yet. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely feel like we've definitely been presented with opportunities where I'm like, we're getting close. We're getting close. And I feel like once all this Corona is gone, we'll be back in 2021 and taking over because I'm ready. I'm ready to get to these conventions and these salsa congresses and start fucking shit up.
Hell yeah, man. I miss the festival vibes. like performing at festivals. Like this whole summer, there's supposed to be like I'll probably have like 5 gigs this summer, bro, including the 30th anniversary Carapatees. Freaking yeah, man, the pandemic took a lot. That's why I'm out here in Florida. I was supposed to be in New York still right now, but you know I got to work on my family. That's one of the pros of it.
Yeah.
So what always been like a dream of yours that you always like? Mine, like besides like you know as a kid we all wanted to like meet Michael Jackson. Yeah, that was my dream. But now my goal right now is to like. This is an example. My goal. I want to like run a dance agency, kind of like block agency, kind of. I want to do it more. I want to like try to give more opportunity to people that got potential. Because there are people that are dope dancers that, because of other selfish dancers that are good too, they don't like the shine to get taken away, so they won't put certain dancers on, or they're like make it look like they're not that good and make them lose their confidence.
Right.
So but I want to be able to like build confidence for dancers, give them opportunities, and like send them different ways to make a living or something. That's my goal. That's why I'm doing so many things. That's why I picked the name, the Elite Dance Movement. Like, I get to, like, do this. Like, I get to run a dance crew, try to see if I can spread it and get more crews in different areas, like Florida, New York, PA. I want to be able to do these podcasts from dancers from different environments, different backgrounds. You're unique. I love that I got you because you have a unique background and everything. So, like, what was your dream?
My dream
like,
is
right now you got your own company.
Yeah, well, now that I have my own company, I mean, the next step, I went to culinary school. A lot of people don't know that. I went to Le Cordon Bleu. So my background, I didn't get a 4-year bachelor's or associate's degree. I went to culinary school. So I really want my own entertainment restaurant. I really want to be able to have that whole dining experience, dinner and a show type vibe. I want to do it in New York. That's why I moved out here. I mean, there's a lot of things like it now. They have mangoes, they have burlesque shows. But I mean, my go-to image, because my family could never understand what it was, like entertainment restaurant, the movie Burlesque, the way they have a bar and a whole stage, and they have a whole production room changing for the dancers and stuff like that, and there's a bar and the live band. Like, I want that. So that's my ultimate.
Kind of like how the comedy stands be.
Yeah,
kind of like the comedy stands, but dance. Or entertainment in general.
Just like an experience, bro. Like, and bomb food.
That's actually pretty dope.
Yeah, dinner and a show, New York City. I could see it. Every night would be something different too.
Like the Wildin' Out, kind of like Wildin' Out.
Yeah. Comedy show, something like that. Yeah, but in a dancer perspective, you know, entertainment vibe the whole way.
Yo, that's a dope. You know, I didn't expect to hear that. That's actually a really good idea. And imagine building a franchise of that.
And everybody always want to eat. Everybody always hungry. So I mean, can't go wrong with food.
Hell yeah.
Food and drinks.
Hell yeah. Unless you do some crazy ass dance and everybody just like jump in and forget their food and like want to dance themselves, bro. It happens. It happens. Like, you never know, energy contagious. Y'all killing on stage, nobody want to eat their food. They all want to go on stage.
That's right.
Freaking, all right, so we're almost done here. Cause I know you're a busy man. I know how to be. Freaking So what I would say, like, you say you didn't get that big opportunity yet, but what is, besides the Janet Jackson video, overall, what are you most proud of? Like it could be something you helped somebody else do. It could be something that benefited you only. Like anything that had to do with dance, but it could it was probably for you or some others that had never got the opportunity. Okay. Like, what was your biggest, like, something you're very proud of that you've done so far?
I think for me, it would be honestly just starting. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to say you want to do this and you want to do that, or talk about this, talk about that. But I think my most proudest moment is just me creating it. Me creating Calle Fuego, me creating a lane for myself, because it was always me talking about it, or always trying to get me and my friends to collab, or, yo, we should do this or we should do that. But nobody ever really did it until I sent out the text and I'm like, yo, we have rehearsal. So I think that's my most proud moment. Actually starting, you know, Calle Fuego. Before it was even Calle Fuego, we did one video to Boom Boom Granada. You know, and I just shot it in the Heights. It was me, Chris, Carlos, Natalia, Lena, this girl Sharon, and I mean, we just shot it, and then we went from there, and that was my first time putting it out there, and it felt good. I mean, at times I listen to music, and I'm like, oh, this would be dope as a visual, but that was the first time and the first video I ever did where I'm like, yo, I did it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't talk about it, I did it. So I think that's my most proud moment. Boom Boom Granada, my first visual.
Yeah. You know what's funny? That was me too. Mine was the You Stay video by DJ Khaled in the water scene.
Okay.
That was my first.
Okay.
That was the first one. I got to pay for, direct, get people to follow my lead.
Yeah.
So and then that started the idea of the elite dance movement of the Lehigh Valley. That's when we became a team or movement, and ended up doing mad stuff from there on. And did our own showcase because I've seen somebody else do a showcase. I was like, let me try this out. So that's because of you. So I had to create the vibe showcase. It's on YouTube and everything. So like that, to be honest, the anniversary of Character Tees and the Calle Fuego showcase inspired that showcase.
Thank you, bro.
So like we had like 5 dance acts in the first half, and the intermission we had musical artists. In the second half, 5 more dance acts by the same people, but we broke it down to solos, duets, groups. We didn't have everybody just killing themselves doing like a whole team doing 10 acts. No. Right. Like, we let everybody get their shine, what you did. You let people do solos, duets. So, like, thank you for that, because that show was fun. It wasn't just fun for me, but I got to bring other dancers off the couch and got to, like, get that energy, that fire back. They haven't danced in years, a lot of people might think. And they got that fire back, and they got to go to New York and everything and meet Character Tees and stuff to get the feel of, like, hard, like, all going all out. And before we close out and I ask you this last question, I will like ask you 2 questions.
Okay.
But Rodney reminds me. I feel like Rodney needs to go take a workshop from you ASAP. Do you have any advice for my brother? Because he's more a Latin dancer. He tries so hard to hide it. He like to be like me, like do other stuff too. But his main style is like salsa and all that stuff. Okay. That's what he's very dominant at, and he's trying to do a Latin fusion. So he's gonna watch this later. Do you have any advice on how to like what he should like just practice more with the Latin fusion, like your concept of it?
Yeah, and it's I'm not sure if I know him personally, but I know
you met him though a couple times.
Okay.
But you met him through me and JJ.
Okay, bet. So my thing with and I didn't originate Latin fusion. I think Violeta is the queen.
No, I say you dominated that. No, I say you dominated it.
Yeah, okay.
I didn't say you created it. I say you dominated it.
All right.
I choose my words wisely.
I just like always pay my respect, and I just feel like when it comes to fusion, like you got to be careful. Just all right, Latin fusion could be anything. You know what I'm saying? But like, what is your Latin fusion? You know what I mean? So I always tell people, like, if you're gonna teach Latin fusion, I'm not a professional salsero, but I do what I know, and then I fuse it with the hip hop that I'm beast at, and I fuse it with the dance hall that I'm beast at. I don't just see a step and mimic it, and I feel like that's a big problem with everybody now, with dancers and stuff like that. They see something and they try to mimic it, and they think they can teach it, but they're not educating themselves properly on the movement and where to place it and how to flow and how to rhythm. So I would just honestly say, if whatever you're gonna call it, dembow, Latin fusion, reggaeton class, salsathon, whatever you want to call it, just make sure it is what you are talking about. Whatever, if I look at the class, if I see a video, I can be like, oh, that's hip hop, or oh, not that I'm watching it and it looks like you're trying to do hip hop, because then you should just teach Latin. Or you should just go take more hip hop classes, or you should just go take more dance hall classes, or African classes, or Afro beats, because these are all different styles that, like, the tempo is still the same when you play those Latin fusion music. So stay on that tempo. If you see dance hall, if you want to do dance hall, don't mimic it. Go take a dance hall class. Go take an African class. Go take that class that you want to mimic. So that's my biggest advice. When it comes to Latin fusion, make sure you fusing with what you know. Don't fuse hip hop because you want to be a hip hop dancer. Make sure your ass is taking hip hop classes. So
yeah, I know my homegirl Lydia. If she was watching this interview and heard you said that, she'd be like, "I told you so." Yeah, Lydia was just one of my friends. She's a dancer out here. She was complaining about when she gets mad when people try to mix light feet and choreo, without knowing the purpose of light feet or how to use light feet. And some people were having a debate, including myself, just trying to understand where she's coming from. Because, like you said, there are people that like to mix anything. And sometimes it's okay to mix and evolve. But sometimes when you're trying to mix styles purposely and not know the foundation of it, like it just annoys the real dancers from that environment. So like what you like, so she probably like agree with exactly what you said. If you don't know, like you gotta do what you know. You gotta make sure you don't look like a dumbass.
Like you said, like a lot of people try to incorporate steps. You can incorporate the step, you know what I'm saying? But just make sure like you teaching that flavor, like, because then you got a bunch of wee-wees right now doing the same step you did, and you calling it X, Y, and Z, and it's like it's really this, it's ABC.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would just say connect the dots. Whatever you do, connect them dots. But like I said, everybody got to do what they want and stuff. I just, when it comes to, be careful what you call it. That's all I say. That's it.
Well, my final question.
All right.
What is your advice in general for the dance world?
Okay, my advice.
Good for everybody. This
is good. This can apply to non-dancers too. I think my advice would be like, tomorrow's never promised. So wake up and live every day as if it's your last. Because you could say, yo, I want to do this video, or I want to do this, yada yada yada, but then you never get to it because you got hit by a bus, or you know, whatever, you tripped, or you're in the hospital, whatever the case is. You know, life is short. So just make sure you leave people with something. I feel like if I were to die tomorrow, God forbid, I left this earth with people to look at something and remember me. If I were to have my funeral, y'all could play these videos and remember me in that light. So if you're gonna do something, I just say get up and do it. Cause like I said, time is everything.
I'm happy you said that, bro. This interview was meant to be because I had this conversation with my team, and right now I had to like not drop the team. I didn't drop it, but I had to just worry about me for now as an example, because I told my team, because all right, let's say this, you're at a good level now. Now people know who you are. A lot of people. You work with many dancers from all over, so. Like that, so I had to ask you one more question. I know that was putting my last, but your advice actually made me want to ask you like a bonus question.
All right, go ahead.
Now, if you're like just getting back out in the dancing, you starting from scratch, like you can dance, but not everybody knows you can dance. So if there are people that are trying to give you a chance to perform in front of 10 people without a resume, will you take those performances just to build up something? Even if it's just 10 people, that's 10 followers, whatever. Like, if you're at a level that nobody knows you yet.
I mean, I felt like I did that with Calle Fuego. I separated them. You know, I feel like I have my training team and my performance team, but my training team, some of them are just people who are interested in dance. They're not professional dancers. But for me, yeah, I do give people that opportunity. I do take people underneath my wing. I do train people, but you got to want it though. That's my biggest thing. If I'm gonna be taking you. And it's no shade, but if you at a lower level and you need more of that time and more of that one-on-one, then you need to be just as hungry as me. That like when we outside of rehearsals, you're taking these classes that you want to be so great at. You're taking street jazz, you're taking hip hop, you take.
I think the service. I think that's you. Hold up. I think that was you. I'll be good. You hear me? I can't hear you.
I hear you now.
Now I can hear you.
Sorry. All right.
Yeah, I get that service.
My bad.
But yeah, that's perfect because that's perfect because my friends, we be like they good dancers and they've been putting in a lot of work at first, but now they're like laid back and chilling and like
get comfortable.
It's like I don't know. I feel like their mindset is like they won't do it unless money talks, but they don't got the. I'm not trying to clown nobody, but it's like. I don't even have it all yet for people to want to pay me all the time. I got paid already a couple times. But I'm not like a superstar that gotta get paid all the time. You know what I mean? I try to tell them, like, you can't do money in your pocket. Y'all not going out there trying to make that money regardless. So you're not out there trying to build your resume, build credibility, videos, visuals, or performances. Like right now, the pandemic is the perfect time just for visuals. Even by yourself. That's what I've been doing. I've been doing the visuals at Micro Studios by myself. You know, so far I did 4. So that's what I'm able to do, and fuck it. And right now, this podcast, like anything I do with Dave, I'm trying to make it happen, trying to get people to know who I am, and trying to like network with people and also get like to learn from people. So, like, I'm happy you said that advice. You're the second person that I interviewed that said that. Shout out to Frost Block to be the first. So, I appreciate Ryan, for real, I appreciate you taking the time and letting me do this. Like, I didn't want to make it look like we best friends. I want to be professional. I want people to really know who you are. And even if I knew some of the answers already, I still had to ask for everybody else. And I know my Instagram not popping like yours. So I will save this interview and post it and edit it and post it on YouTube so you can share it as well, my brother.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it.
I got to start somehow. But, yo, for real, it was like it's an honor, man. And I can't wait to see what else you're going to bring to the table with Calle Fuego. And I'm looking forward to going to the grand opening of that restaurant/entertainment spot.
Hey,
it's going to happen.
Thanks,
it's going to happen. It's not if. I'm going to go be there for the grand opening when it will happen.
Heard you. Put it out.
I'm my brother.
All right, bro.
So I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to send you the link to this when I'm done editing it.
All right, bet. Good luck, bro.
All right, brother. You take it easy.
Take it easy.
All right. There you have it. I'm going to post this. Calle Fuego training here. Yeah, I appreciate you guys tuning in. I will upload it to Instagram and I will upload it, the official version, on YouTube. Appreciate you, everybody, coming in. And shit, I had to be prepared. I had to ask him the right way so I don't look stupid. But you guys take it easy. Thank you again, Ryan. Appreciate everybody. I will be back tonight at 8 p.m. Damn, I'm sweating like crazy. I'll be back at 8 p.m. interviewing Lockdown, repping the Real A from Philly. So I'll see you guys tonight. Y'all take it easy.